it's time to dish with D. That's me. Happy New Year. If you're watching this today, it is New Year's Day. And if you're not, well, I hope you had a good one. It's time to continue with our acronym C-A-R-E, CARE, for our New Year, new reboot. Back on track, find our wagon, get our asses in gear. I mean, you know, it's a new year, and a lot of us, that's a huge time. We reevaluate our health goals, you know, our weight goals. It's huge. I mean, it's always been that way since before I was even born. January 1st, it's just synonymous with people getting healthy. It just is. I mean, I didn't make it up. It is what it is. And if that's not for you, then that's not for you. But I know a lot of people do it. I mean, I know when we had meetings, back when we had meetings, January was a huge membership part. It was always September, January, and May. I don't know why. They were big months when people wanted to join. So I've already seen an influx of new subscribers. So welcome. Glad to have you aboard. And I know it's January, and I know we have big plans. The thing of it is, some of us start out really well, and then come 2, 3, 4 weeks later, we kind of, and I get that. I'm Denise, and I've only lasted 4 weeks, but I'm hoping you stay around, you stay, like I said, sometimes it's good just to maintain, because I know that, you know, not gaining is a victory. I know it is, because I've gained every time I've left Weight Watchers. Yeah. So sometimes just maintaining is a win. So don't ever fault yourself for being, oh, I'm still the same. I'm still the same. That's huge. Even though you've probably put work in for loss, I know it's hard. Oh, here's the one thing, if you don't know about me, I know from whence I speak. So when I say these things, yeah, been there, still there, most of the times there. So we're all the same. I am not above you guys whatsoever. I am your level. So don't think that, oh my God, Dee is not. She's amongst you. She is. And like she's somebody else, but she's me. But R in our acronym for CARE is reinvent, reimagine. What I think of that is, you know, when we start these healthy lifestyle, you know, we tend to go in nose to the ground, you know, balls to the walls, you know, nose to the ground, because we want to lose, and we want to lose fast, because that's just the nature of us. And we go with what we call diet foods. And what are diet foods? Vegetables. We go veggie crazy. All we eat are vegetables and fruit, because that's what, and cottage cheese. For some reason, that's my thing with cottage cheese. I think of cottage cheese as a diet food. That's why I kind of haven't really gotten into it till like last month, because I kind of think of, when I think of like yogurt, cottage cheese, I think of diets. So, and this, we don't want to think of this as a diet. We want to think of this as a lifestyle. But I've reinvented cottage cheese, and I remade, which I've never had, is the Weight Watchers back in the like 80s or 70s Danish. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it up here. It is a quick cheese Danish. That's rather tasty, I will say. I'm trying to get into these retro recipes because I think they're just fun, and that's fun, but that's all they had back then to make a cheese Danish. Like now we make 2-ingredient dough, we have whipped cream cheese, we have Laughing Cow. We can make cheese Danishes a little bit better, but that's actually pretty gosh darn good. And in fact, I may have one of those today with some pineapple. Check out my Instagram. I post a lot of food quickies there. That's in the link in the description box. If you hit to my Instagram, dish_with_D, but there's a link down there. You just run, grab it, go follow me on Instagram. I post in my stories all the time, and most times it's my quick food. Oh, this is what I'm having for breakfast. This is a snack. I did a dessert on there. So I reinvented, back to reinventing. I got a Notorious flatbread, which the whole grain and flax is 1 point. It's a mini, so it's half the size of a Joseph's. And I toasted it. Not till it's burnt, because I've done that before, but till it's lightly brown. And then in my other bowl, because somebody just asked for this last night, and I forgot all about that. I got a 1/2 cup of pure pumpkin, some pumpkin pie spice. My nose is running, I apologize. Some pumpkin pie spice and a little bit of the brown sugar substitute. I prefer Sucre Gold, but I know people use Swerve, people use Truvia, whatever you like. My sucrin is 0 from how much I use. So I use probably like a heaping tablespoon in there. With the pumpkin pie spice, the pumpkin. I think that was it. And I mixed it. So it's kind of like a pumpkin pie filling. Yeah. Reinventing. Then I spread that on the toasted lavash. And I threw a little bit of sugar-free Smuckers. Now, I think a tablespoon or 2 is a point. I don't remember. I didn't put that much, honestly. And I'm not a point fiend, like, oh my God, I have to. No, I know what a point would look like. You know, just so you know, I am a little bit flexible like that. It's not like, a quarter cup. It was a drizzle on the top with a little, and I did count the pecans. I did put some chopped pecans on top. It was freaking awesome. It truly was awesome. But that's what you have to do. You have to reinvent food. That's freaking awesome. And you can do this. I have a whole recipe blog. Links in the description box, dishwithdee.blogspot.com. That is where you go when I put a recipe up. That's where the written recipe is always at. Facebook, and I'm putting this out there for the millionth time, because Facebook will not let me post it. It comes up red and says it goes against community standards. Maybe because it's from Blogspot. I don't know. They won't. I don't know. Maybe I did something wrong when I set it up. I don't know. But they won't let me post it on Facebook at all. So I never post it there. So that's why people say, well, why don't you post the link? I can't. They won't allow me. But it's down in the description box. I could post it on YouTube. They don't care. So there's all the written recipes. You'll see I make it. I call it the Miracle Banana Bread or the Miracle Loaf. It's a quarter cup of quick oats, 1 egg, and a mashed banana. It's banana bread, obviously. You put some baking powder, some vanilla extract, some cinnamon. You have a 2-point loaf. I do everything in the mini loaf pan because that's a thing for me. I can't have food around because I'll eat it. It's just, you know what you're capable of. And I know me, I have no willpower. But those mini loaves, it only makes 1 serving. That whole little mini loaf is 2 points. I did put dark cocoa powder because I am obsessed with black cocoa powder. I get it at an Amish bulk store. Amazon does have, but it's a little bit pricey. I know my nose is running. It's cold out here. And a little bit of extra sweetener, because when you use cocoa powder, and 1 tablespoon of black cocoa powder is 0. I think 2 tablespoons is 0 as well. I think when you go to the 3rd, you have to count it. But I only use 1. A little bit extra monk fruit. It's dark. I posted on my Facebook group. If you don't belong to that, it's like I keep repeating the same things. Come and join Dish with Dee's crew. It's a great place. You can't always get us on YouTube. You can always get somebody, if you have a question, concern, somebody will answer it. Might not always be me, but somebody will answer it. And it's a great supportive community. I can't say enough wonderful things about it because everybody there is great. And I posted a picture yesterday, so go check that out. Go join the crew. And the whole loaf is 2 points. On purple, that whole loaf is 0 points. On green, because I used an egg, it would be 4 points. But, I'll be starting green. I probably won't stay on green. I really highly doubt it. I mean, not anything negative, but I just know me. I just need to reel it in for a while. But I'll probably be back on blue. But I would use an egg white if I was making it on green, because I'm not counting that egg if I don't have to. So egg white would work perfectly. It is a great little loaf. I usually have half on blue for 1 point. Or you could have 1/3 of it. It's like, I have mug recipes, dump cake recipes in a mug, muffins in a mug. I am a firm believer in one and done because I know me and I know food. I don't know about you, but food calls to me. Denise, you haven't finished. I do. So it's hard for me to get things, and I can't make a dozen. I can't make a loaf. I can't, it's difficult. Sometimes I throw it in the freezer and then I find I don't eat it if it's in the freezer. I'm going to be making protein cookies. Maybe tomorrow. I know. If you don't know me that well, I am Denise. I love hacks. I do. And I lost 114 pounds eating hacks. Because why? Because I need sweets. I need cake. I need cookies. I need junk. That's just who I am. And I know this. This is one thing you have to learn about yourself. You can't change who you are. You can't. And honestly, why would you want to? I like who I am. I don't need to be some vegan you know, eating grass. Not there's anything wrong with it, but I don't have to prove that. I don't have to sit there and eat vegetables all the time to prove that I can control myself. I eat hacks. You know, I don't eat them all the time, like Built bars. I'm into these, also these barbells I've got at Trader Joe's. They're 5-point bars. Pretty good. And I also like the bars from Costco, the Kirkland's protein bars. They have 2 different boxes. One has 5-point bars, one has 4-point bars. So when I go back, I'm going to get the 4-point bars. I have the 5 ones, the cookie dough and the brownie. They're good. It's just, it tastes like a Quest bar, but they're actually a little bit better. Honestly, I won't lie. They're a little bit better. So I love that. And I love to have something that I can control the points. I love a wrapped bar. I love a piece of fruit with some peanut butter powder. I love rice cakes. I am bringing rice cakes back. If you have not seen, I make a lot of fun stuff with rice cakes. I also have videos. I'm doing a new, hopefully weekly. I didn't do it last week, but every Saturday it's going to be Snacking Saturday because I like snacks. And honestly, I think you need to fit snacks in because when you don't eat, you feel deprived. It's a key. Like that's when I stop eating and I'm just eating 3 meals a day. Yeah. You know what? I want to be normal, and normal people eat a snack. Regular people eat a snack. Yes, it has to be a better snack, but it's still a snack. So I like making this, again, cottage cheese has been my new friend. Go figure. But I make a savory cottage cheese with sun-dried tomatoes. And I think, okay, what else I put in there? I have it on the snacking video. I know sun-dried tomatoes is one of them. I know I put some spices in there, and I had rice cake dippers. It was off the hook. My husband even thought it was off. He goes, this is really good. Fat-free cottage cheese can be good. Again, I wouldn't eat fat-free cottage cheese out of the container. It sucks. But when you load some savory spices in there, if you haven't seen my Dollar Tree hauls, I don't think I remember to link that, but go to your local Dollar Tree in their spice section. Sometimes you can get some cool, really, like Kingsford, or what was the other brand I got? I got some really good spices. And I love Flavor God. If you don't know that, I love Flavor God. They used to have a share a friend thing on there. I don't know if they have that. If you're interested, inbox me and I'll see if they still have it, where it's not really an ambassador link or a code. It's just when you purchase Flavor God, you get like, you could refer people and they get, I guess a percentage off their order. I love Flavor God. And that's what it basically is, Flavor God. It is the bomb. The buttery cinnamon roll is amazing. The chocolate donut is amazing. The garlic lovers is amazing. The bacon lovers. So these are things you could put in your food that amp it up, but cost you nothing. So this is what I try to say. Reinvent. Yes, I want to have chicken parmesan. I have chicken parmesan a lot. You bread it. You don't need a lot of breading. You know, you dip it. Sometimes I use yogurt or I'll use an egg white. And you just run it in like panko. What are you paying for the amount of panko you have on your chicken? Not that much. Air fry it. It's amazing. It's crunchy. I have a recipe for eggplant that I air fried. It's crunchier than any eggplant you've ever fried, or just as crunchy. I didn't have to sacrifice the taste because the family loved it. It's really good. Then you could put marinara. That doesn't cost you any points, and some low-fat mozzarella. You don't need a whole heck of a lot of mozzarella on your parm. You don't need like 8 points worth. Yeah, you might have to have a little less than you would normally have, but you're still having cheese. And it's just as good. You could have it with a side of pasta. Yes, I eat pasta. And there's one thing I really don't do. I don't sacrifice my pasta. I don't eat any kind of the pasta hacks. Yes, I am the hack queen. I know I'm just going against everything I just said. But there's certain things I don't sacrifice. And I don't have pasta that often as I used to. Maybe we have it maybe once a week, maybe once every other week. I have regular San Giorgio, you know, Barilla. I don't buy the protein pot. Why? Am I going to save a point or two? You're talking to D here. Again, I am not point snob. I don't. I think I do taste the difference. I don't dislike it, but to me, it's like, it's not like it's, you know, I'm saving 5 points. I'm saving 1 or 2. You know, plus the problem with that is too, they always give you less. I got 3 and 4 men living here sometimes. I ain't buying 3 boxes of pasta. So that's a really huge thing. You have to know what your pocketbook can spend, but reinvent your food. You can do this. If you watch my videos, watch me do it and then learn from that and then teach yourself. My whole reason for this channel was to show you how you can do these on your own. You can. You absolutely can. And my videos show you. And you just, it does take some thought. I won't lie. It does take some thought and some reconfiguring ingredients. If you go to the recipe builder, that's what it's for. You know, oh, this has butter. What can I put in there? Well, applesauce you can substitute. You can substitute yogurt. You can substitute, what's the other big thing I substitute for butter? Banana. Nut butters. Of course, nut butters, you're really getting a lot of points as well. But non-fat Greek yogurt, you're not. Unsweetened applesauce, you're not. And a banana, you're not. So they help, you know, in certain recipes. And you could tweak it here. Put a low-fat cheese in. I don't really like fat-free cheese, honestly. And number one, I really can't find it. So I've learned to just, in the beginning, I would be, where's fat-free cheese? Where's fat-free cheese? I really can't find it, honestly. And then, again, they're charging you twice as much and you get a third of what you get. So I've given up that ship. Depending on what I'm putting it in, sometimes it's regular cheese. Sometimes it's low fat. You know, if it's in a recipe where you're putting a cup of cheese, I'll just use regular cheese. Because how much of that cheese am I actually eating? Not that much. So you have to think out. Sometimes you have to use, like I always try to say, think about it. How much cheese am I eating that whole cup? It's in a stinking casserole. No. So yeah, you can absolutely use a higher fat cheese. Like I said, sometimes these things will, you know, break the bank and you can't, like I said, sometimes you can't find it. Sometimes it's hard to find fat-free cheese and it does go bad quicker, just so you know. But reinvent, play with your food, play with your recipes. Look, there's so many websites, other than mine, of course, that have, you know, low point recipes. I love Pound Droppers cheesecakes. They're, to me, are awesome. I love it when she does with the cake flour or the cake mix. I think they add a little bit something to the cheesecake. That are the ones that I gear to make, and I think reinvented every one. You know, they're all here on the vlog, on the channel, and they're in the recipe vlog as well. Yeah, I make mug dumb cakes in a mug, cheesecakes in a mug. Why? Because we're going to have cheesecake. And yeah, sometimes we don't want to pay 20, 30, 40. I've gone to the Cheesecake Factory. A slice of their cheesecake is 80 points. I split the low carb one with my husband. That was still 27 points. Yikes. So you know you're buying a piece of traditional cheesecake is going to cost you points. And I don't know about you, but I don't have 20 points to give. And I do want cheesecake. So I fiddled with a few things and I came up with a cheesecake in a mug. I think I have 3 of them on there. I think there's a chocolate one and a pumpkin one. I love pumpkin. I eat pumpkin all year round. It's a 0-point food. I love pumpkin. I am not a fair weathered fall girl. I eat pumpkin, or I like to say pumpkin, all year round. I think it's just good for you and it's tasty. So you'll see that I might have pumpkin. I make pumpkin oat bars for a snack for 1 point. Amazing. I make a, what did I make the other day? Gingerbread pear bars for 1 point. And they're good. You just have to tweak a few things here and there, and I've done the work for you. So the rest is over. But you can do this. You can do this work. A family favorite of yours that you love, that you should have regular once in a while. But if you want to have it often, there's ways to tweak it. And you can tweak it where you can fit it in. And remember, not everything has to be 0 points. Can I say that again? Not everything has to be 0 points. It doesn't. So, or even low points. That's why I learned that with the pasta. I mean, I do bulk up my 1 cup of pasta for 6 points with some zoodles. But there's regular pasta in there. I just like to have a nice big bowl. And I love zucchini and tomatoes anyway. So that was just a win-win for me. And I do not cook them. I just have the heat of the pasta, cook them. I think they would get mushy, and I like it firmer to match the pasta. I'm an al dente girl, so that's why I'm on it. But if you want to cook yours, I love a good spaghetti squash with my pasta. So not in place of my pasta, with my pasta. I put my pasta right on the squash with my marinara. And you should never have to pay points for tomato sauce. Never. I have a 0-point marinara here on the channel. It's the bomb. It's easy, it's yummy, and it's 0 points. I just said not everything has to be 0 points, but certain things like that are vegetables, those do need to be 0 points. You should not be paying points for vegetables at all. So that is my reinvention. I want you to enjoy what you eat, because bottom line, if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to eat it, and you're not going to stay on plan. I enjoy everything I eat. Hence why I stayed on plan. Hence why I got the goal. Hence why I'm Lifetime. Hence why I'm here helping you. I want you to be sitting in this seat. And I think you all can do it. It takes determination. It takes work. It takes sadness sometimes. Sometimes you have to like cathartic, and you have to just, you have to let it go. But you can do it. It takes care. It takes care. And we're going to do this together. So I'm going to head on out. I've already talked for 20 minutes, way too longer than I wanted to. Have a great rest of your New Year's, and welcome aboard the Dish with D train. I am happy to be your conductor. And if you haven't already subscribed, there's a subscribe button. I'd love you to hit it. And there is a notification bell. It goes with the little wrongs. If you hit it, it lets you know when I upload videos, when I go live. So those are important things, because D goes live a lot. And I upload a lot. So you want to know when those come up, because you want to watch them, because sometimes you just might be needing a pep talk. And that's what these are. These are your pep talk, because not everybody can get to meetings. So I bring the meetings to you. So have a great rest of your day. If you know somebody that needs this in your Zoom meeting, in your, if you happen to still be going to regular meetings, you have friends, you have a Facebook group, share. There's a share button. I would love to have everybody along for the ride. Never is always room on the Dish with D train. Have a great day.